Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to explore a profound truth, the importance of trusting in the divine timing of our lives. Life has a rhythm, a cadence that we often cannot see, and yet it unfolds with perfect precision. In a world that constantly urges us to hurry, to rush, and to take control, we must learn embracing vulnerability is a vital first step on the journey of trusting in God's timing. In a world that often equates strength with invulnerability, we must redefine our understanding of what it truly means to be strong. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is the birthplace of courage and creativity. It is the raw, unfiltered aspect of our humanity that connects us to one another and allows us to live authentically. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to genuine connections with others. Think about the moments in your life when you shared your fears, your hopes, and your dreams with someone. In those moments of openness, you likely felt a profound sense of relief, a weight lifted from your shoulders. Vulnerability fosters intimacy. It allows us to reveal our true selves without the fear of judgment. It is in these moments of authenticity that we experience the greatest joy and connection with others. Yet vulnerability can feel daunting. It often comes hand in hand with the fear of rejection or the fear of failure. We may hesitate to show our true selves because we worry about how others will perceive us. But what if we shifted our mindset? What if we viewed vulnerability as a strength rather than a liability? Embracing vulnerability means acknowledging that we are all imperfect, and that's perfectly okay. It means recognizing that everyone has their struggles, their battles, and their moments of self-doubt. As we journey through life, we may face situations where we are forced to confront our vulnerabilities head-on. Perhaps it's a job interview where we must showcase our skills despite our insecurities. Or maybe it's sharing a heartfelt story in front of a crowd. These moments can be intimidating, but they also provide incredible opportunities for growth. When we lean into our vulnerabilities, we are not just confronting our fears, we are transforming them into sources of strength. Vulnerability also invites us to experience the fullness of our emotions. Often we may feel the urge to suppress our feelings, whether it's sadness, anxiety, or disappointment. However, embracing our vulnerabilities allows us to acknowledge and process these emotions. It encourages us to sit with discomfort and recognize that feeling vulnerable is part of being human. Rather than running away from our feelings, we learn to embrace them as integral parts of our journeys. Moreover, in a spiritual context, embracing vulnerability means surrendering to a higher power. It is recognizing that we do not have control over every aspect of our lives, and that there is a divine timing at play. When we can be vulnerable before God, we lay bare our fears, our aspirations, and our uncertainties. We are reminded that we are not alone in our struggles, and that our vulnerabilities can be transformed into powerful testimonies of faith. In trusting God's timing, embracing vulnerability enables us to cultivate resilience. The road may be long and filled with obstacles, but each challenge we face allows us to grow stronger and more grounded. The next time you find yourself facing a moment of vulnerability, lean into it. Acknowledge your fears, share your truths, and recognize that in doing so, you are not only honoring your own journey, but also inviting others to embrace their vulnerabilities as well. As we navigate through life, let us commit to embracing vulnerability as a source of strength. Let it guide us as we trust in the timing of our lives. By doing so, we can create a ripple effect of authenticity, connection, and understanding both within ourselves and with those around us. Remember, it is through embracing our vulnerabilities that we unlock the doors to deeper connections and a richer, more fulfilling life. Trust in this process and trust in the timing of your journey. In our fast-paced society, the concept of waiting is often seen as an inconvenience, a frustrating interruption in our quest for progress and achievement. Yet waiting is not merely a period of inactivity, it is a profound and transformative experience that holds immense beauty and significance. Learning to appreciate the beauty of waiting can shift our perspective and enrich our lives in ways we never imagined. First and foremost, waiting provides us with a unique opportunity for reflection and introspection. In our busy lives, we often rush from one task to the next, barely pausing to consider our thoughts and feelings. However, when we find ourselves in a season of waiting, whether it be for a job opportunity, a relationship, or a personal breakthrough, we are given the chance to slow down and delve into our inner worlds. This time allows us to reassess our goals, values, and desires. It encourages us to examine the motivations behind our ambitions and the direction in which we are heading. During these moments of reflection, we often discover new insights about ourselves, our relationships, and our purpose. Moreover, waiting can cultivate patience, a virtue that is increasingly rare in our instant gratification culture. Patience is not simply about enduring a difficult situation, it is an active process that requires us to cultivate resilience and trust. When we learn to wait, we practice surrendering our need for control and allowing life to unfold at its own pace. This can be particularly challenging as we may find ourselves facing uncertainty and doubt. Yet, as we navigate these feelings, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our capacity for growth. Each moment of waiting becomes a lesson in resilience, teaching us that sometimes the most important thing we can do is simply be present. Additionally, waiting can deepen our appreciation for what is to come. When we anticipate something we desire, the waiting period enhances our sense of excitement and longing. Think about the last time you waited for something important. Perhaps it was a long-anticipated vacation or the arrival of a new job. The moments of waiting are often filled with hope and dreams about the future. When we finally arrive at our destination, the fulfillment is heightened by the journey we undertook to get there. In this way, waiting becomes a crucial part of the process, shaping our experiences and enriching our lives. It is also worth noting that waiting can be a fertile ground for creativity. When we are not caught up in the busyness of daily life, our minds are free to wander and explore new ideas. Many great works of art, literature, and innovation have emerged during periods of waiting. This creative energy often comes from the space created when we allow ourselves to pause and reflect. So instead of viewing waiting as a limitation, we can embrace it as a chance to nurture our creativity and explore new possibilities. Furthermore, waiting can strengthen our faith and deepen our trust in the divine timing of our lives. It encourages us to acknowledge that we are not the sole architects of our destinies. Instead, we are part of a larger narrative, one that is often beyond our comprehension. During times of waiting, we learn to let go of our timelines and surrender to the unfolding of life. This trust in a higher power can be liberating, offering us solace and peace as we navigate the uncertainties of our journey. In conclusion, the beauty of waiting lies in its ability to transform us. It invites us to reflect, to cultivate patience, and to appreciate the journey we are on. Waiting provides the opportunity for creativity and deepens our faith. By embracing the beauty of waiting, we can shift our perspective from frustration to gratitude, recognizing that every moment of waiting carries the potential for growth, insight, and connection to our purpose. So let us not rush through our waiting periods, but instead lean into them, trusting that in due time, everything will unfold as it is meant to be. Trust in the process and cherish the beauty that resides in waiting. Disappointment is a universal experience that touches each of our lives at various points along our journeys. It can feel like a heavy weight pressing down on us, an unwelcome visitor that shatters our expectations and dreams. Yet, while disappointment is often painful, it also serves as a powerful teacher, guiding us toward personal growth and deeper understanding. Learning from disappointment is not merely about coping with setbacks. It is about transforming those moments of hardship into opportunities for resilience and wisdom. At its core, disappointment arises when reality diverges from our expectations. We invest time, energy, and emotion into our hopes and dreams, only to find that they do not manifest as we envisioned. Whether it is a job opportunity that slips through our fingers, a relationship that doesn't blossom, or a personal goal that feels out of reach, disappointment can evoke feelings of sadness, frustration, and even anger. However, it is essential to acknowledge these feelings fully. Allow yourself to feel the weight of disappointment rather than suppressing it. This acknowledgement is the first step toward healing and understanding. As we navigate through the waves of disappointment, we have the opportunity to reflect on what we truly desire and what our expectations reveal about us. Often, disappointment prompts us to reassess our goals and values. Why did we desire that particular outcome? What does it say about our beliefs, our motivations, and our definitions of success? This introspection can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves, helping us realign with our authentic aspirations. Rather than viewing disappointment as a failure, we can recognize it as an invitation to explore our inner selves and redefine our paths. Moreover, learning from disappointment fosters resilience. Life is a series of ups and downs, and each setback offers valuable lessons that contribute to our growth. When we face disappointment, we are given a chance to develop coping strategies and fortitude. Reflect on a time when you encountered disappointment. How did you respond? Did you choose to wallow in despair, or did you pick yourself up and move forward? Each time we rise from disappointment, we build our resilience and become more equipped to face future challenges. This resilience is a powerful asset that empowers us to pursue our goals with renewed vigor and determination. Disappointment can also be a catalyst for new opportunities. Often when one door closes, another opens, and the experiences we gain through disappointment can lead us to paths we never considered. For example, a job loss may initially feel devastating, but it may also open up new career opportunities that are a better fit for our skills and passions. In this way, disappointment encourages us to remain open to change and adaptable in our pursuits. It teaches us that while our plans may not unfold as we had hoped, there is always potential for growth and transformation. Furthermore, disappointment can cultivate empathy and compassion toward others. When we experience our own struggles, we become more attuned to the challenges faced by those around us. This shared understanding fosters connection and allows us to support one another through difficult times. By embracing our disappointments and sharing our stories, we create a sense of community and solidarity. This compassion can be a powerful healing force, both for ourselves and for those we encounter on our journeys. In addition, disappointment can deepen our faith and trust in a higher power. It reminds us that we are part of a larger narrative and that not everything is within our control. In moments of disappointment, we can choose to surrender our desires and trust that there is a divine plan at work. This shift in perspective can offer profound comfort as we recognize that our experiences, both good and bad, contribute to our growth and purpose. As we navigate the landscape of disappointment, it is crucial to remember that learning from these experiences is a process. It requires time, patience, and self-compassion. Allow yourself to grieve what was lost, but also take the time to seek out the lessons embedded within those moments. Embrace the discomfort, knowing that it is often in our most challenging experiences that we uncover our greatest strengths. In conclusion, disappointment is an inevitable part of life, but it does not have to define us. By learning from disappointment, we can transform it into a source of growth, resilience, and connection. Each setback can become a stepping stone on our journey, leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our purpose. So the next time disappointment visits, welcome it as a teacher rather than a foe. Trust that within every disappointment lies the potential for profound learning, growth, and ultimately a brighter path forward. Embrace these lessons and let them guide you as you continue to trust in the timing of your life. Faith is a powerful force that transcends our immediate circumstances, serving as a beacon of hope and strength in our lives. It is the belief in something greater than ourselves, a trust that often defies logic and reason. When we cultivate faith, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, allowing us to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. The power of faith can be transformative, shaping our experiences and guiding us through even the most challenging times. At its essence, faith is about believing in the unseen. It encourages us to look beyond our current reality and envision a brighter future. When we find ourselves in a season of waiting or disappointment, it is easy to become disheartened. Doubt can creep in, whispering that our dreams are unattainable or that we are unworthy of the blessings we seek. Yet faith challenges these negative narratives. It invites us to trust in the journey, even when the path is unclear. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that there is a divine plan unfolding in our lives. The power of faith lies in its ability to inspire resilience. When we hold onto our faith, we cultivate a sense of inner strength that allows us to withstand life's storms. This resilience enables us to face challenges with courage and determination, knowing that our struggles are not in vain. Faith teaches us that every setback is an opportunity for growth, a chance to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our purpose. It empowers us to rise again after we fall, instilling a sense of hope that drives us forward. Moreover, faith nurtures a positive mindset. When we approach life with faith, we begin to see challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. This shift in perspective allows us to embrace uncertainty with open arms, knowing that it can lead to unforeseen blessings. Faith encourages us to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. It fuels our ambitions and ignites our passions, pushing us to pursue our dreams with unwavering commitment. In addition, the power of faith extends beyond ourselves. It can create a ripple effect in our relationships and communities. When we embody faith, we inspire those around us to believe in themselves and their potential. Our faith can uplift others, offering them hope in their own times of struggle. As we share our stories of faith and resilience, we build connections that foster understanding and compassion. In this way, faith becomes a communal force, binding us together in our shared humanity. Faith also invites us to embrace gratitude. When we trust in a higher power, we begin to recognize the abundance that surrounds us, even in the midst of difficulties. Gratitude allows us to appreciate the small blessings that may otherwise go unnoticed. It shifts our focus from what is lacking in our lives to what we have, nurturing a sense of contentment and joy. This practice of gratitude can be incredibly powerful, reinforcing our faith and grounding us in the present moment. Additionally, faith can serve as a source of guidance and clarity. When we encounter dilemmas or uncertainties, turning to our faith can provide direction and insight. It encourages us to seek answers within ourselves and connect with our intuition. In this way, faith becomes a compass, helping us navigate the complexities of life with confidence and assurance. When we trust in our faith, we become more attuned to the signs and synchronicities that life presents, leading us to make choices that align with our true purpose. Furthermore, the power of faith is rooted in the understanding that life is a journey of growth and evolution. Each experience, joyful or painful, contributes to our development. Faith teaches us that our struggles are not punitive, but rather essential parts of our journeys. It encourages us to embrace the lessons learned along the way, reminding us that every moment serves a purpose in shaping who we are becoming. In embracing the power of faith, we learn to surrender our need for control and allow life to unfold as it is meant to be. This surrender is not about giving up, rather, it is about trusting the timing of our lives. It is a profound acknowledgement that we are part of something much larger, a tapestry woven together by our experiences, choices, and the divine. By fostering faith in our lives, we empower ourselves to embrace the uncertainties and challenges that come our way, knowing that we are supported every step of the journey. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that can transform our experiences and perceptions, particularly during times of uncertainty and waiting. It is more than a mere acknowledgement of what we have. It is a deep appreciation for the journey itself, encompassing both the highs and lows that shape our lives. Cultivating gratitude in our daily lives allows us to foster resilience, find joy in the present, and create a more profound connection to our experiences. When we practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking in our lives to what is abundant. This shift in perspective is particularly crucial during challenging times when disappointment and uncertainty can cloud our vision. Instead of fixating on what has gone wrong or what we are still waiting for, gratitude encourages us to recognize the blessings that are present in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. It reminds us that even in the midst of struggles, there are moments of beauty, love, and joy that deserve our attention. Gratitude also enhances our emotional resilience. When we intentionally practice gratitude, we cultivate a positive mindset that helps us navigate life's challenges more effectively. Research has shown that individuals who regularly express gratitude report higher levels of happiness and lower levels of stress. This emotional resilience is invaluable during difficult times, providing us with the strength to persevere and the perspective to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Furthermore, gratitude fosters a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. It encourages us to slow down and truly appreciate the moments that make up our lives. Whether it is a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a conversation with a friend, or the beauty of nature, gratitude allows us to savor these experiences. This mindfulness helps us cultivate a greater awareness of the present moment, which can be especially grounding when we find ourselves lost in thoughts about the future or weighed down by past disappointments. In addition, gratitude can strengthen our relationships. When we express appreciation for the people in our lives, we create a positive ripple effect that enhances our connections. A simple thank you or acknowledgement of someone's support can go a long way in fostering a sense of belonging and mutual respect. Gratitude allows us to recognize the contributions of others, reminding us that we are not alone in our journeys. This recognition creates a supportive environment where individuals feel valued and seen, which can be particularly uplifting during challenging times. Moreover, gratitude empowers us to reframe our experiences. When we encounter setbacks, it can be easy to fall into a negative mindset, focusing solely on what went wrong. However, gratitude invites us to find the silver lining in these situations. For instance, a job loss may initially feel devastating, but it may also provide the opportunity to explore new career paths or discover hidden passions. By reframing our perspective through the lens of gratitude, we can extract valuable lessons from our experiences and view them as integral parts of our personal growth. The practice of gratitude can also enhance our overall well-being. It encourages us to engage in self-care and prioritize our mental health. When we cultivate gratitude, we create space for joy and fulfillment in our lives, counteracting the negativity that can arise from disappointment and waiting. This focus on positivity can lead to improved physical and emotional health as we learn to appreciate the richness of life even in its complexities. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it is a practice that requires intentionality and commitment. To fully embrace gratitude in our journey, we can incorporate daily rituals that remind us to appreciate the present moment. This might involve keeping a gratitude journal where we regularly jot down the things we are thankful for, or setting aside time each day to reflect on our blessings. By making gratitude a consistent part of our lives, we reinforce its presence and cultivate a mindset that sees beauty in every experience. Ultimately, gratitude enriches our lives by providing a lens through which we can view our experiences more holistically. It allows us to acknowledge the full spectrum of our journeys, the struggles, the joys appointments, and the triumphs, and see them as interconnected threads in the tapestry of our lives. By embracing gratitude, we